Hey, welcome to the Freedoms Requency Podcast with me, Iona Meade at the Soul Legacy TV, Spiritual Business Success with Iona YouTube channel and video podcast. So if you're watching along or listening to the replay on Spotify, then welcome. So today's episode, if you are new to me, if you are not new to me, welcome back, is about, it's Friday, it's Relationship Freedom Friday, and we're going to be talking about soul family influence and soul tribe impact. It is absolutely my favorite day of the Freedoms Requency Podcast. So every single day I go live at the Soul Legacy TV YouTube podcast and talk about 7 areas of my life and your life and my students' life. And the idea is to support you in manifesting more life-work balance and raising your vibrational frequency and being in alignment with your vision. And so today I cover 7 areas, which they're all interlinked, and we don't want to leave any of the areas out. And I will talk about each area as we go moving forward. So today it's Relationship Freedom Friday, and we're going to dive into the relationship with you, but also the relationship with, again, our soul family and our soul tribe, and that having that influence and our soul tribe impact. Because I'm the founder of the Soul Legacy Academy, I'm all about legacy, right? I'm all about launching, leading, and leaving your soul legacy and doing it with ease, grace, and flow. I love it. I absolutely love it. So this whole 7 Freedoms Frequency podcast is about success, having spiritual business success for light workers, service-based business owners, and spiritual entrepreneurs. So it's like, what does success mean to you in terms of relationships? Because we can't really build a business without having relationships. So I journal my journey. This is the 7 Freedoms Frequency Podcast is about me journaling out the process, actually creating what I call a spiritual business vision board, and Bank 50K in 50 Days challenge for my students and for myself. And so if you haven't been through that spiritual business vision board challenge, I will leave the link in the cards, in the description, in the show notes, all the things. Or you can go to the Soul Legacy TV, Spiritual Business Success by Iona, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. I go live with this challenge annually on the 2nd week of December, Monday to Sunday, to cover all of these areas. There's also a replay of last December's challenge, and my students have found it super helpful to get really clear on each area of their life, who they want to be in the world, the legacy that they want to leave, and posting their vision boards in the group. Again, this is my favorite day, and again, spiritual business success. There's a lot of people that come to me and have come to me over the years, and the relationship with themselves is the first thing that we work on. Their image, their identity, their self-image, and how they see themselves, and how they want to make a difference in the world. And oftentimes they come to me, my students come to me, and they have had a spiritual awakening. So I journal about spiritual awakening in the Soul Legacy Journal. As the founder of the Soul Legacy Academy, right? What that awakening is, and part of the awakening relating to relationships is like they don't identify with the old version of themselves. I didn't, as I've gone through awakenings through multiple relationships. And part of sharing their spiritual awakening story in my co-author book series, as we will be launching the Soul Legacy Journal, Spiritual Awakening Stories of 365, the experiences have been where when you've gone through an awakening, or they're going through an awakening, that not only do they not identify with the past version of themselves, but the people around them, or they've gone through an awakening. Let me know what your experience has been. I've gone through an awakening through different, I've got hay fever, different kinds of relationships. So whether it be with their clients, their meaning and their purpose in their business, whether it's a relationship with the universe, the relationship with money, the relationship, I'm going to sneeze, the relationship with, oh, this is not cool, bless me, the relationship with a spouse, children, grandparents, parents, like whatever relationships can cause a trigger and a catalyst for a spiritual awakening. And I've been through many shifts in my consciousness around relationships, and in particular the relationship with me, and the relationship with me being the version of me who has a movement and who is an author and writes a book, who is on camera and doing a daily podcast, who has programs, who does joint vision partnerships, who interviews people and wants to be featured in the media, is going out there with a movement and taking my book on a book tour. That relationship with me, and after my awakening, was something that I strengthened not only for my vision board but also through the journaling process, and it's really helped me to show up here and support you in your own soul family influence and your soul tribe impact. So that's what we're going to dive into today. If you are new to me, we go through several segments of this YouTube podcast to raise our vibrational frequency and actually what I call rise and reside at the frequency that we wish to witness in the world. How we do that is we live more intentionally. We set intentions, and it's called what I call now is the intentional living codes for living an intentional life, with these 7 areas that I cover daily. So the 7 Freedoms Frequency Podcast is a shortened version of the intentional living codes. Cheers to financial freedom frequency. So the idea is to come into any episode and get value and awareness and a shift and an aha moment, so that you can leave a higher vibe. And so the acronym, the Cheers acronym, stands for contribution freedom. And so on the Spiritual Business Vision Board Challenge, we start with contribution, and then you go through that, set your intentions, be super clear on this is what I want to experience over the next year. This is how I want to launch and lead my legacy in this area of my life. And then on a Monday, we come back and we journal about it. So we're visualizing and we're journaling and we're thanking the universe. We're going to say gratitude. We're taking that soul aligned action. We're being intentional, basically, with our lives. And then on the Tuesday, it's health freedom. So the C is for, in the acronym, the Cheers to Financial Freedom Frequency. C is contribution. The H is health freedom. Day 2 of the Vision Board Challenge. And then again on Tuesdays we come and we journal out the process. It's beautiful. It's a way to honor and be in vibrational alignment and maintain that vibrational frequency that we need to actually be at the vibration, vibrate at that vibrational frequency that we're visualizing. It's not just about creating a vision board and then hoping, wishing and praying and not actually taking any action whatsoever. The actions might be little, and the actions don't necessarily lead to knowing what actions to take to manifest, but the version of you that is on your vision board versus the version of you now has a vibrational gap, right? Because if it didn't, it'd be manifested already. So that's what we do. Wednesday is emotional freedom. Wednesday is the most beautiful day on the 7 Freedoms Frequency Podcast, and it kind of glues everything. And when we think about relationships with this acronym, we think about the relationship with our health, relationship, say, with food, and the relationship with being the healthiest version of us, the relationship. Our relationships trigger our emotions and our trauma and our old things. So we relate each area. Each area of the 7 Freedoms Frequency Podcast is related. So E, the first E of the acronym in the Cheers to Financial Freedom Frequency is environment. Our environment matters. Who we have around you, who we have around us. And if you can hear that, there's a dog yapping in the background, which hopefully my sister-in-law will stop him from yapping in the background. But the relationships around us support us or not, right? And so it's huge in our environment. The second E is so emotional freedom is the first E. The second E is environmental freedom. And we can relate our environment to our relationships again, as we do, who we have around us, the 5 closest people to us principle, like who we have around us in our immediate environment, who we're spending time with, where we are online, in our spiritual business, all those things. If we're in places that feel high vibe or not, all those things matter. Our relationship, the R is today. And S is in the acronym is for spiritual freedom. Saturdays, again, our relationship with the universe, our relationship with all the spiritual practices, with religion, with just spirituality, our relationship with the guides, angels, all those things, building our own intuition, all those things. This is what we talk about on the 7 Freedoms Requency Podcast. And lastly, but not leastly, is financial freedom on Sundays, the F of the Cheers to Financial Freedom frequency, and our relationship with money as we build our spiritual business matters. Now I'm going to jump into soul family influence and soul tribe impact, and I'm going to relate this. I'm going to start off with money, because it just dawned on me to do that. So our relationship with money, I was having a conversation yesterday. Many of my soul tribe say they have money blocks. I did have money blocks, and now I'm like, oh, okay, I've built my business in such a way that feels so in alignment with my soul and so in alignment with my calling, my contribution. I'm super clear on that. And I'm super clear because I've done the maths in my Bank 50K in 50 Days challenge, which I'll invite you to at the end of this. And so because I'm really clear on what I want to contribute and who I want to be, my identity, the relationship with me, and I love the relationship that I have with my soul clients and that soul tribe impact, it makes things really, really super easy for me. And the soul family influence that I wanted to have in relation to relationships and money is about leaving a legacy. My business is not just for me, it's about building the relationships with my soul tribe and having that impact. So therefore I can receive that money because I know I'm making an impact. I want to influence my family, my immediate family, and be that legacy and leave a financial legacy. And so I was having a conversation yesterday about money. Oh, I don't even know if you, oh my gosh, I forgot to actually plug in my headphones. Hopefully you could hear me. I've just talked for like 12 minutes. I think you can. That is terrible. So hopefully we're all good. And if we're not, we are now. So, and I do this live, right? It's like get your stuff together, Iona Meade. So I popped out to get a herbal tea and didn't put my headphones in. So the relationship with money and soul tribe impact and soul family influence for me go together. And I was having this conversation and I was saying, like everybody says, like, there's certain people in the world that have the power, have the money, have the blah, 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 blah. And do we really need the money? And, it's not important. And I used to say all that stuff. It's like, it is super important. Like we can't pay our bills and have a roof over our head or travel the world or set up a business or pay for the things that we need. There's so many of my students and clients initially on the early journey are like, oh, yeah, I can't afford to invest in this, can't afford to invest in that, and not treating their business like an actual business, but spending money on all kinds of other things like crystals or tarot cards or all the things. And it's like you could invest that in an online calendar to speak to your soul clients so that you can build relationships and make money, because the money comes through conversations, right? And it's like a distortion. So yes, we do need it. So the conversation that I was having was about me saying that I am absolutely willing to receive money, millions, billions. We've got the Soul Guided Millionaires in the Making mastermind retreat in Dubai and in Thailand, and then the Soul Guided Billionaires in the Making mastermind retreat in Dubai. And I'm like, that's where I intend to go. I remember when Rihanna the singer hit 1 billion, and I was like, oh, absolutely, yes. Do you know what I mean? Like, for real. And it's like, well, why would you aspire to be that or to do that? it's about who you become in that. And it's about, for me, this is in the conversation that I was having and the realization is, and having that relationship, it means that I have a relationship with a heck of a lot of people on my YouTube channel, growing it, and in my business. And I was looking, I had the book Think and Grow Rich on my bed, and I was like, okay, it says 15 million copies of Think and Grow Rich sold to date, and I've had that book for how long? If 15 million copies of my book were to sell, I'd be ecstatic. So and this book is called Spiritual YouTubers from Scratch, a Soul Guided Influencer's Compass to Leverage your light work on lifestyle on YouTube. Hello, 15 million copies. Can I get an amen for that? So it's like, the books don't necessarily make loads of money, but this actually leads to my online programs and my services and my mastermind retreat and free services. And you get a course in here that's valued at $55, etc. And a free chapter group coaching VIP day, which is valued at $11.11. Like, yes, because if there's people that are in power with the level of money that is out there that we feel like that we can't touch and that we don't need, why not have people that want to do good with the money and tithe and give back and actually earn money through being in service? Like, are we not being part of that whole matrix that we say we don't, the system and that social conditioning? Does the social conditioning not actually keep us at a lower vibrational frequency? Because poverty is a lower vibrational frequency, let me just say. With my movement and in my book, I talk about the Soul Guided Influencers way is moving from a poverty consciousness to a prosperity consciousness. And I say, you learn how I went from, so first of all, the Soul Guided Influencers way in my book, I don't even think you can see it, but there's too many lights, is the Soul Guided Influencers way equals the 11 principles for starting and building a successful online spiritual business on YouTube with me, Iona Meade. You'll learn how I went from the poverty line to crossing over the prosperity line by moving the magnetic needle in my online spiritual business with ease, grace, and flow. Can I get an amen? The poverty line versus the prosperity line. You'll see how launching, leading, and leaving your soul legacy with a successful online spiritual business on YouTube starts with a prosperity consciousness. And that was it. It dropped in for me even more so. So I have a Bank 50K in 50 days challenge, which I will leave the link down in the show notes or in the cards. If you want to join me on my masterclass and move from that poverty consciousness to a prosperity consciousness, right? And spend your vibrational money that my journal gives us every single day on this 7 Freedoms Requency podcast. We'll play the what I call the soul income game at the end of this episode. We'll do this in the vibrational world so you know who you be, right? And then we'll do it in the visible world. Oftentimes people think, well, who would I become with the money? I can't handle the money. I don't want to be one of those rich, greedy people, like, oh, blah, 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 blah. It's like, who said you have to become that because you have an energy exchange of money? You're going to become more of who you are and do more great things in the world. Would you just decide like, no, we need to have more money in the hands of people who want to do great things in the world? That is what I'm about. And so I'll talk about on Financial Freedom Sunday, a program called The Rich House, Poor House. It is lit. I love it. And they talk about the difference between the bottom 10% income earners and the top 10%, and they swap houses, they swap homes, and they swap lives. It's such a beautiful process. And I'm like, yeah, heal your relationship with money and see like moving from a poverty consciousness to a prosperity consciousness feels like. That is what I'm here for, to support my students in moving from that bottom 10% to the top 10% with ease, grace, and flow, and with integrity, so that like more light workers, spiritual entrepreneurs, and service-based business owners actually you're having an influence as soul guided influences, and that soul family influence, passing that down for generations, and that soul tribe impact, passing down their soul work, right? Making an impact. Like, can I get an amen? I think that's amazing. All right. So if you haven't gone through the Spiritual Business Vision Board Challenge, please do that. Have the vision for your relationships, for your soul client income, soul family influence, and soul tribe impact. Are you clear? Are you clear? I'm clear about who I want to have in my world. So today, part of my day is how I launch my day, lead my day, and leave my day. And so I got up, I didn't do my normal routine. What I did do was continue to set up what I call the Soul Legacy Journal. Again, I share about my own spiritual awakening story. This YouTube podcast is a result of my spiritual awakening. And then supporting my students, navigating my own spiritual awakenings, but supporting my students in navigating them and theirs, and then sharing their spiritual awakening stories. So in my co-author book series, so that's what I've just been called to do here at the Soul Legacy TV and the Soul Legacy Academy. And so yesterday, I'd been setting up the co-author chat for Fridays. So today is we've got a co-author chat. Again, relationships, soul tribe impact, soul client income, soul family influence. I'm writing my book and being a role model and going after my dreams, and I'm having an influence on my family. And so yesterday I finished setting up the co-author chat, which is Fridays at 3 p.m. UK time. I just actually, yesterday I created a video for those who can't make the chat live, who still want to participate. And then I was finishing today to set up the co-author enrollment call, the intake form, for those who are approved to be in the book, and for those who I can support in the teachings of my book. It's just lit. I've been able to combine all the things. And I love, when I first did the co-author book series, I was enrolling one-on-one, which wasn't a sustainable business model in the long term. And I had to pause and go back to the drawing board, go within, ask for guidance. And it's like, okay, well, you want me to contribute in this way, and I'm doing it, I'm meeting that, but I will not do it burnt out. Like, show me how to do it in a way that builds a collective, has a soul tribe impact, but I benefit too, meaning that I'm lit up by the people that are coming to me. So I've put boundaries and filters on this process to have so much co-authors come in. I'm so excited. And I've scheduled the co-author book series out for the next 7 years. And we launch on the 6th of May, which is my son's birthday. So he would have been 29, just gone this month, the 6th of May. And he will be 30 he would have been 30, sorry, by the time that we launched this co-author book series, which it's been a long time in the making. And I've had to have relationships with people that are no longer in my life, who have been in my life to teach me lessons for a rhyme and a reason and a season, people that I thought that I would be on this journey with forever. But the contrast of those relationships has birthed my contribution even more. So again, soul family influence and soul tribe impact matter on a Friday. I love this day. So what are the relationships that have led you to where you are now? And what kind of relationships do you have on your vision board? So for me, my soul daughter is on my vision board, her and her boyfriend, and she's coming round today in a little while. So I'm not going to hang on here long. And like in the middle of my work day, in the middle of her work day, she actually sent me this influence of soul family influence. She actually sent me a screenshot of a post that was on Facebook like 3 years ago, I think. And she was just setting up her business and stuff. And I was like, you it's about this. This is what the business is about. Like, excel at blah, 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 blah. And she went, oh my God, Mumsy, oh my gosh, I did it. And she has, and she's just doing so well. And she's got a vision for her shops and her what have you. And she came into my life through tragic circumstances, to be fair. And I considered myself her mum, like a mumsy, a mother role, a mother figure, not her mum, but a mother figure. losing my son had other people that he called mumsy as well. And I think the more the merrier, the more love for our children. And, you know, my daughter's really close to like my friends, right, that she calls aunties, and just, I love it. And so having the influence that I have with my soul daughter, with my daughter and her partner, I'll say boyfriend because that's what they say, and my granddaughter, it matters who I be in terms of my contribution in the world, and not following the traditional path and being a light worker. I get to share this journey again, not only with my soul tribe, but actually my family, my blood family, but my family. And I don't believe that, and my audience, my soul tribe, resonate with this. Like oftentimes we feel like we're so different in our blood family, like we feel like misfits, we feel like we're weird, that we're crazy, we don't fit in, and we're different in that way. Not always, but sometimes. And it's like we find a sisterhood and a brotherhood and friendships in the people that we serve, in our soul clients, and in people that are online and global, and then people that are around us in our physical world are like, yeah, I mean, my daughter used to say that, Mom, it's just weird, like you're friends with all these people online but you've never even met them. I'm like, I know, it's amazing. And she's like, it's just weird. And I'm like, okay. But, and that's why we have the retreat, right? So we can meet in person. I'm physical, like I love hugs and stuff. So it's just beautiful. So today, that's what I've been doing, and building my relationships. And then after my soul daughter's gone, I will then do the first invite for the call for collab chat. I'm like, yes, this idea was downloaded to me as I'm following my soul guidance. And I have that vision, right? So the universe is like, yeah. And my son's guiding me, angels, all the things. And it was on the anniversary, the 9th anniversary of my son's passing. It's like the 24th of April. During that week until what would have been his birthday. So he passed 12 days before his 20th birthday. I was just like preparing for like the worst time. And it is one of the worst times for me. But this time it was just, I got download after download after download after download. I'm like, okay. And I created what I call the global soul guided influencers, the global networking hub for soul guided influencers, spiritual entrepreneurs, and light workers at the Soul Legacy Academy, which I'd love for you to be part of if you resonate. Our monthly networking call. It's a free monthly networking call. It's informal. It's for us to come together, co-create, collaborate, connect, and become joint vision partners. When you know and you're clear on your vision and you're clear on your movement, you can collaborate with others in the hub. And I teach how to collaborate outside of the hub. And I do a 7-day challenge, a movement marketing media kit challenge on the 3rd week in September annually. And again, it's another YouTube challenge, which I talk about in my book, Setting Up Your Business with YouTube Challenges that you can repurpose and do annually. So there's a replay in there, shameless plug, and there's a replay in there for you to create a movement, which is relationships, right? It is relationships. I challenge every single member that comes into the hub to do a video visibility challenge. Not everybody does that. It's like, where are you at? Being visible. Like there's nobody above or below anyone in my world. Like, and we do not have time to be shy or hiding behind closed doors. Like, introduce yourself in that group. There's a Facebook group, there's a Telegram group, and there's a LinkedIn group. But coming online and being visible on camera and building relationships, I'm like, wow. So I took it off the socials because it's on the socials, but it's not like, oh, it's a Facebook group or it's a LinkedIn group. It's not. It's a call and it's a space. And I've created that hub to build those relationships out for me and for co-authors, and for me to feature people on my summit as well. I love the space, and I love that actually each and every single member can now say to their friends, like, oh, I'm getting on this networking call. Do you want to come to the networking call with me this month? Hello. Or I am featuring in Iona's co-author book series, the Soul Legacy Journal. Yeah, you know, you want to come and feature with me? She's got you, kind of thing. It's beautiful to build relationships. I love Relationship Freedom Friday, and I love that soul family influence and that soul tribe impact. I'm here for it. Are you here for it? So welcome. Let me know where you're watching from. Let me know if you're new to me. I'm 30 minutes in. Hopefully you can see me. That's a love and a heart. Let me know if you're new to me. Thank you for the love. I appreciate it. I appreciate you. I want to build more relationships, authentic relationships, relationships that are in alignment with my soul and my heart. And I will not tolerate like relationships that are less than, relationships that are not mutually beneficial. You know, like when people want to come into your life and do that whole, let me just see what I can get from you. Let me see what I can take from you. Let me see what's in it for me, what's in it for me, rather than being in the space where you can be generous and loving and kind. And when you have a poverty consciousness, it's lack and scarcity. When you have a prosperity consciousness, it's like, it's not, let me serve you in this little way. You want to get there. I'm so expansive and so generous in what I do because, and my time, because I leverage it. And I have passive income streams, and I have group coaching in my business model. And hey Kalini, how you doing? Happy Relationship Freedom Friday. Stop singing, Iona Meade. I'm happy. How are you doing, beautiful? So Kalini Sakara is on Facebook, and what I will do, Kalini, what I said to Nicole is, if you don't mind, and I think the notifications go like out half an hour after I've gone live. If you don't mind, could you jump over onto the YouTube channel at Soul Legacy TV, Spiritual Business Success with Iona? It helps the channel. And I would say share this out on Facebook and hop over to the YouTube channel. And the reason why I say that is because I want to grow the following on YouTube and make you guys aware that we're on YouTube. Facebook's great and lit and everything, but I want to build that relationship there. So for those of you who don't know, while Kalini does that, and we'll do your, she says, we'll do, my lovely. Thank you, beautiful. We'll do our rating when we come back in onto YouTube. So I've been talking for half an hour, and hopefully you found it of value, but we'll dive into the structure and the segment for today. So we talked about vision and vision board and relationships and that soul family influence and that soul tribe impact. Oh, I'm hoping that Kalini will share a little bit about the soul family influence and soul tribe impact as our lead soul guided instructor for the Soul Legacy Academy and for SBYN, the Spiritual Biz YouTubers Network, and the Spiritual Women Entrepreneurs Free monthly networking calls, and co-facilitating our retreat. I'm Diamond Maid, the Soul Guided Millionaires in the Making in Thailand and Dubai. It's just amazing. It's lovely to have Kalini on with us, and actually our relationship, how that has formed. Our relationship just fuels me beyond actual measure. You know, when you're contributing and you like have this vision to contribute, and if you haven't done, again, the vision board challenge, it helps you with the vision, not only with the vision of your relationships, but the vision of how you want to contribute in the world. And you absolutely say yes to the relationships that support you and no to the relationships that do not. And so I had to let go of a lot of relationships. Thank you, love. I had to let go of a lot of relationships that were not in alignment with my highest good and not in alignment with my movement. And so it's like, oh, do you say yes to everyone, to working with everyone? Absolutely not. That is what I would say. Absolutely not. And people tell me about my boundaries, and I'm like, yeah, I have. I've got fierce boundaries. And sometimes when we don't, and we're building those relationships, it's like, oh. And every day on the 7 Freedoms Requency podcast, I'm talking about raising our vibration. Relationships are like a stickler for that. They will absolutely drain you. So saying yes to the relationships that fuel your soul is like night and day. And again, the 5 closest people to your principle, if you've never heard of that, I talk about it in my book. Again, spiritual YouTubers from scratch, a soul guided influence compass to leverage your light work and lifestyle on YouTube. I talk about the 5 closest people to your principle. And if you, I'll bring your comment up in a second. And if you are not faced with your boundaries and you don't be intentional about the people that you have around you, you end up being, so it is said, a combination of the 5 closest people that are around you and to you, which means like if you are not in alignment or in sync and you don't have people that light you up and feel you, that you actually admire, you're going to become one of those people that you're pointing your finger at that you don't really want to spend time with. So say yes to the people that light and feel up your soul, and no to the people who do not. And that sounds quite harsh, but so what? We get one life. It's Relationship Freedom Friday. We get to decide. Oh, my soul daughter is just messaging me. She's like, now leaving. Sorry for the delay. I'm going to let it just go off naturally because it keeps, I keep messing up my own life. So Kalini at the Shamanic Soul Star TV, Cosmic Inner Healing. That is better. That is better. Look, see this? Right? Versus this. Yes. So Kalani says at the Shamanic Soul Star TV, Cosmic Inner Healing says you have to say no to others sometimes in order to say yes to yourself. I think you said that the other day, right? Like, yes, that part right there. And having that soul family influence is massive. So I want to, I'm going to try and not mess up my life. Hang on. Oh, I knew it. I knew it would mess it up. Am I back? Can you hear me? I know sometimes you can hear me and I go off. I got a text message. I have to turn off the notifications for my soul door. Can you hear me though? Let me know. So we'll do our rating for today. So the Soul Legacy Journal, if you don't have a journal, just get a piece of paper and write this down, and then set the intention to get a journal, whether it's a Soul Legacy Journal or not. And write down the abbreviation for today. So the 7 Freedoms Requency Podcast. Today, you can hear me. Thank you. So today is Relationship Freedom Friday. So we say R, relationship, freedom, F, and then F for Friday equals. And so every day when we write this down in our journal, just a quick snapshot if we're in soul funk or in soul flow. Meaning that are we like receiving that soul guidance? Are we listening? You know, the times when you're like, I'm spiritual, my angels, my guides, blah blah blah, and then we're like, you see all those memes and stuff saying like when people are like shouting at the guides, like, what do you actually mean? Or they don't want to listen to the guys because actually you're going to have to be visible and take your business out there online. Your guides, your calling, your soul is calling you to do great things, and you're like, yeah, I don't want to do that. I want to hide behind closed doors. Your guides and your guidance is not giving you that. So like listening to that guidance, when you're in, for me, when I'm in soul funk, I'm ignoring that. When I'm in soul flow, I'm tuned in and I'm connected to that. So that's the distinction of just how you're feeling today. Like I'm feeling fed up, I'm feeling grumpy. What I'm asking is in relation to relationships, if you've gone through the Spiritual Business Vision Board Challenge with me, this will make more sense. You're clear on the kinds of relationships that you want to have, and you're playing your vision board every single day. I teach you how to create a little video montage. You play that so it reminds you of the life that you want to have and the relationships you want to manifest. Excuse me. So how in flow do you feel between a 1 and 11? You don't get a 0 because you're breathing. I can't even stress that enough. You don't get to rate your relationships or your life at a 0. Like, that's insane. And 11 is I'm tuned into soul guidance and things are flowing. People are in my life that I love, like relationships, conversations, people are showing up in my world, like just lit. People are being referred, people, you're having date nights, date days, what have you, with your soul clients. You're just having conversations that light up your soul family, your soul, everything. All of those things are in flow. What would you rate yourself between a 1 and 11? And I dive deep on the Spiritual Business Vision Board Challenge, so I don't have time to do that every day. So Kaleni, if you can rate your vibrational frequency, write it down. And the idea is between a 1 and 11 every single day at the 7 Freedoms Frequency Podcast, whether you come live with me or not. At the end of the week, we have a vibrational rating, right? So you're either high vibing or low vibing. Either is fine. It doesn't matter. But what we do is we go back from the Friday before and the days before, the weeks before, the months before, and we see where our energetic flow is. And then we see, okay, well, if I'm vibing at whatever it is today, and I'm vibing at an 11, so if I'm vibing at an 11 today, what was I vibing at last Friday? And if I'm vibing at 11 today, how do I want to vibe next week? I want to still vibe at that 11. If I'm vibing at a 1 today, just for example, like what is having me vibe at that? What is having me feel disconnected from my flow, right? What is having me feel in soul funk? And you note that down in your journal. And I'll tell you what we do in a second. And then you note that down. So by the end of the week, you see whether your rating, your vibrational frequency, 7 Freedoms Frequency Podcast, is at an 11, or it's up and down, or it's at a 77, which is the highest vibration that you can get on this podcast. And then we just rinse and repeat and do more of the same. It's that simple. It's like, yes, to the 7 Freedoms Frequency Podcast. So I'm vibing at an 11. I am good. So Shamanic Soulstar TV, Cosmic Inner Healing says, massive difference from 5-6 months ago. Yes, I had really low score and was in total soul funk regarding your relationship. Before we met, before you doing my Spiritual Business Vision Board Challenge, right? And so we were friends on Facebook and we had not connected, right? And so then when you were in that, going through that dark night, that soul and that spiritual awakening, another one, you used your own tools, your shamanic journey and the meditation and the whole experience, and then asked for guidance, right? And the alignment is off the charts. Our alignment is off the charts. Yeah, definitely. So what would you rate between a 1 and 11 today in terms of relationships? Again, soul family influence and soul tribe impact in relation to your vision board. And then in order for it to manifest, your vision board, before it manifests, so I will say relationships like a soulmate relationship. So I talk about relationships, and I will talk about relationships on my second YouTube channel for intentional dating. It's called Intention. And I will have a dating app called Intention for soulmates to manifest a lifelong partner and marriage and stuff. And so if I do not see myself and feel like I'm already married, I've already met my husband, it's a bit of delusion, but it's healthy delusion. Like some people are just delusional on the things, like, I don't even know. But in order for it to manifest, before it manifests, I've got to feel what that feels like. In order to have that soul tribe impact with my movement, I've got to feel what that feels. I act as if, I speak as if, I soul speak into existence. I be that version of me now, and then the physical kind of catches up. That's like manifesting. And sometimes we're like, yeah, well, in front of me is this person doing this and this person doing that, and we're being pushed and pulled by the physical. Is like, okay, the next segment after we've rated our vibrational frequency, we've done our vision board, hopefully you have, or you plan to, we've rated our vibrational frequency, then we say on the 7 Freedoms Frequency Podcast every single day about every single area of your life, what 1 to 3 things could I do to raise my vibration? What are the things that I've been putting off? What are the things that I need to say to the people that are around me? What are the things that I need to say to myself? What are the boundaries that I need to of what action. So for me, I did my online calendar, I did my enrollment call. I'm like, yes. If I didn't do my enrollment call and my intake form, then I wouldn't be enrolling the right co-authors because I have an intake form. And I'm like, yes, that's taken care of. What are the things that you could do, or what are the things that you can let go of? 1 to 3 things. Choose 1, choose 3, what have you, over this next week that would raise your vibration or maintain your vibration to have the people. So I say yes and I say no to certain things. Let me know where you're watching from. So Kalini's on, and I know that sometimes you guys multitask and you do all the things, so the comments are fine. Let me know if, because I can't see your comments. If you're new to me, let me know where you're watching from. I know that somebody was on yesterday as well, and they didn't comment. So if you're back and you're watching me, it's amazing. I want to build a relationship with you. Let me know. And sometimes people get shy and they're like, I don't want to comment. It's absolutely fine. Like that, it's a relationship between you and I. And being active and actively participating. If you're here and you're going to spend time with me, at least let's have a conversation, because, and then often people jump out. It's important. It's important to me. I'm doing this for you. I'm doing this for my students as well. And if you're somewhere where I can't see your comment, I'm not ignoring you. So just so you know, because I've had that before, like in certain places, I couldn't pull up a comment. Like on Twitter, I can't pull up the comments. And I've shared this out on LinkedIn and stuff. I can't put up all of the comments. So just to let you know that if you are commenting, I'm not ignoring you. And if you're not commenting and you're just watching me, it's like, why? I want to say why. And the more people that come on here, please share this out. There's people that share this out and I'm like, I've never had a conversation with them ever. So hopefully you'll find value. So we've rated our vibrational frequency. We're talking about what is our vision. We're getting more clarity on that. We said, what do we want to let go of? Like, write it down in your journal, the things that every day I'm moving the needle forward, right? And I'm shifting my consciousness and feeling and dancing and visualizing and doing all the most. So the next segment of the 7 Freedoms Requency Podcast, which I've forgotten, is let me check the journal, right? Hang on. So yeah, let me know your vibrational frequency. So we're going to do the gratitude for the day. And so I have my gratitude stone, and we're going to say that we're grateful. So this was given to me by my daughter. So the way that we do gratitude, I'm sure that you've heard about gratitude, right? So we take it a little bit deeper. And so you can speak it with me. I call this soul speaking into existence. You can speak it with me. You can write it down so you've got a track of it, or just listen and then do yours later, whichever you decide, right? The idea of the way that I say gratitude is I say I'm happy and I'm grateful and I appreciate. So we're touching all, because we just want to be happy, right? And so, yeah, there's stories behind it, but I go into more detail about why we do it in the way that we do it. We want to, if you can't think of something, you're like, especially with relationships, you're just like, no, not really, dude. Like all the relationships around me are toxic and I've had this and have that. And you kind of more in that victim mode, then that's okay. I've found a solution. We say that we're happy and grateful for something in the past, because I know that today, if you're watching me, like, and you're grown, you've had something that was good in your life, right? So we say, I'm happy and grateful and appreciate something from the past, something from the present, or something from the predicted future that is on your vision board. That's why it's important to do your vision board and play it, so that we can bring the energy and raise our vibrational frequency in every single area of our life. And we rise and we reside at, again, the intentional living codes, the cheers to financial freedom frequency that we wish to witness in the world. We say, there's so much going on in the world. People are doing this, people are doing that. Like, what are we doing? What are you doing? What am I doing? Because the vibration that I vibrate at is impacting the world. And the vibration that you are vibrating at is impacting the world. Let's really not get it twisted and point out there, right? So if you're not high vibing, let's raise our vibrational frequency. All right. So let's do this for every single area on the 7 Freedoms frequency. So again, the 7 freedoms contribution freedom Monday, health freedom Tuesday, emotional freedom Wednesday, environmental freedom Thursday, relationship freedom Friday, which is today, spiritual freedom Saturday, and financial freedom Sunday. That is what we're going to say we're grateful for. We're happy and we're grateful and appreciate. I'm going to say one thing, then the next thing, then the next thing. And I'm just going to go off the fly. So I'm happy and grateful and appreciate contribution that I've been able to contribute to Kalini. The difference that she's had in the last 6 months is like 5-6 months has been incredible. Not only my contribution to her, not only my contribution to you, the contribution that you're able to make, that I'm able to witness, that ripple effect. That is my movement. That is what I'm really happy and grateful and appreciate. That, more of that, please. More of that, please. I'm happy and grateful and appreciate my health. Oh gosh, my metabolism is kicking in. And the way that you know that your metabolism is kicking in is things are released from your body. That is what I will say to you, to that. I'm like, oh, okay. All right. I can feel it. Yeah, loving that. Happy and grateful and like my metabolism, like I'm working out and doing all the things and just in alignment with my vision board for health. I'm happy and grateful and appreciate emotional freedom Wednesday. Oh my gosh, just emotional freedom in terms of even relationships, just that make me laugh. I laugh a lot every day. There's not a day that goes by where I don't laugh, even if it's days where I'm feeling like there's tears and there's tears flowing. There's tears of happiness, there's tears of sadness, there's tears of, I still like, there's so much laughter, and being able to feel those range of emotions and being good with it. I'm so happy and grateful and appreciate that. And I share it, you know, and I share it. So I'm really happy and grateful. I'm happy and grateful for my environment that I'm in, for the room that I'm in. I'm staying with my sister-in-law. I gave up my home in August last year to like rebuild my business after fostering. And it's been a rough journey. It hasn't been easy, but I'm in a place where I'm welcomed and I'm settled, and I'm able to build the base so that I can build the business so that I can travel. And I just feel amazing. Internet's really not great, but it's a beautiful environment. Kaleni says, Shamanic Soulstar TV says, I'm so grateful for our connection and our journey together over the last 6 months has been incredible, totally life-changing. Thank you. So what would your rating be today in terms of your relationship? So it was low before. What would it be today in terms of relationship freedom? Thank you. It's been beautiful. It's incredible. It's incredible. Happy and grateful and appreciate relationships. I'm happy and grateful and appreciate the relationship with my soul daughter. To be a role model and a force in her life. Badassery. Just badassery. And she's like, yeah, you're a badass, mumsy. Let's bring the badass. We're gonna have a badass year. Like, she's just like, she's a badass. And yeah, we've been through a lot. We've been through a lot. Like, yeah. And she had messaged me and asked me what I wanted to do for my birthday, because I went to Amsterdam last year with my daughter. And she's like, well, I didn't get to spend your birthday with you, so what do you want to do? And I think we're going to buy festival tickets today, which I love. Like, yes to that. Like, Shamanic Soulstar TV, Kaleni says it's a massive 11 plus. Yes. Woo! I love that. You get higher than me. How are you high-vibing more than your coach, right? And your soul sister. How? It's more than a coach. We're friends. Oh my gosh, that is hilarious. How are you 11 plussing? How are you 11 plussing though? How? I said 11. She comes on. That's how badass it is. 11 plus. Yes. I'm going to have to put 11 plus on the Soul Legacy wheel. That made me laugh. I love that. Spiritual freedom. I'm happy and grateful and appreciate the guidance, right? 11 plus. Yes. That. Some guidance. That right there. Yeah. Love it. Happy and grateful. Oh gosh, my cheeks are hurting me. She's, Kalini says, Sporadic Soul Sati, he says it's all about being a badass. Yes, a sassy badass. Oh, can I get an amen? Let's sassy badass it. Sassy badass energy. I'm happy and grateful. I appreciate it. If I can stop actually smiling. The money that I have, my acuity went down, so I transferred some money out of my account, and my acuity didn't go through. The payment didn't go through, and I'm like, dude, no, not because I schedule out all of my calls. It went through this today, and then HostGator went through. I always forget that, like, I pay for web hosting, and then I'm like always surprised when that comes through. I'm like, oh, okay, because I think it comes through. Actually, I don't know if it comes through monthly or quarterly, because I don't see it all the time. And when it comes through, every time it comes through, I'm shocked. I don't know why. It's weird. But I'm happy and grateful to have the money for that. A sassy badass. Yes, sassy badass. Indeed, I love it. Awesome. Oh, and our relationship. Oh, one of my I've just been invited to Ireland. Yes. One of my friends has extended her family. I'm not going to talk out of business, but like it's a big hairy deal, to the point where I was in tears earlier. Just amazing. So that I'm grateful. So you can see, hopefully that's an inspiration to whatever's going on in your life, whether it's the past, whether it's the present or the predicted future. Raising your vibration and being that reticular activating system, right? The RAS. When you are what you focus on expands. And so where you pour your energy and what you notice, and I tell you, people fight for this. They're like, yeah, but this is going on. Like, I'm like, it's not that we want to bury our head in the sand. That's not what I'm saying. But our dominant vibration, like 51%, needs to be at the things that we want to manifest more of. And so when we do the Spiritual Business Vision Board Challenge, excuse me, I have you put you on there. That's what they say with a vision board. But have you put parts of your life that you already have on your vision board? It's not a completely blank like slate, I wouldn't imagine. It's building on the things that that's already got you to where you are, and manifesting more of that. Like, that's where I'm at now. Maybe it is a blank slate for some people, but for me, that's where it is. All right, let's move into the next segment. The book for today, you're going to know, guess what book? Oh, I don't have time to do the whole suspense. The 5 Love Languages. Hello. If you do not have and I know I recommend like a book a day. Oh my goodness. Can you hear me? I just got a call from my nephew. Oh my goodness. Can you hear me? And I reckon he's going to call again because he doesn't know the code. Can you hear me? Let me know. Oh, he's so beautiful. I just cut my nephew off. That's bad. That is bad. I've been waiting for him to call me as well. Let me know if you can hear me. The 5 Love Languages book, sometimes when a call goes off, you can hear me. Oh, cool. A lot of love, right? Life happens. I'm doing this on my phone, as you can tell. So the 5 love languages for men. Hello. We've been talking about this more so, and Kalani and I have been talking about the impact that we know that we are here to spread beyond just a sisterhood into a brotherhood of men who are going through a spiritual awakening and who are asking for healing. You know, the relationships asking for healing. My ex-husband sent me a video and he said, put this on your Tinder profile, like this video of what a relationship expert was saying makes an ideal relationship is a healed woman and a healed man knowing what it is that they want and deciding what it is they want and not compromising. And for that, and I was like, wow, there was loads more to the video, but it was just so beautiful. And I was like, well, how is my ex-husband sending me that, like through Facebook Messenger? I'm like, when did I tell you I was on Tinder? And if that's you watching this, like, because apparently you watch, I cracked up, but I actually gave him the version of the love languages. So if you haven't read it and you watch me, read it. He came after, I hadn't seen him for 10 years. He came and helped me clear my home. So grateful for that. And I said, hey, I gave him back the books that we had shared and that were on our bookshelf. And I said, here's that book, here's that book. And so these are really huge. This is what I'm taking into my relationship and into my marriage with my soulmate, because when I was in my twin flame union, these books were staple. I learned about the love language, which has two stages of love. Who knew? I'll talk about it more on the soulmates dating, but the love language, you knowing your love language so that you can build your relationships. All of the people that are around me, my soul daughter knows her love language, she knows her partner's love language. I'm like, dude, that's my soul family influence. My daughter and her partner, like everybody and it was one of my nieces that shared with me. And anyone that I'm going to go out on a date with, I'm like, what's your love language? Like, for real. Like, when we know our love language, we teach others, including our soul clients. In fact, when we are building our relationships, it's not just spouses and it's not just partners. It is about, say, spending time. So my soul daughter will say, Mumsy, like, what would you like for your birthday? And she knows it's not all about the gifts. She used to. And I'm like, I'm just not. I appreciate them and I say thank you. And she's like, what experience do you want to have? So she bought me tickets to the movies, or she's saying, like, we'll do a festival. Quality time is my top love language. So therefore, like, this quality time is my top love language. Like, I'm able to build my business and words of affirmation conversations. Hello. Like, I feel loved, like, and I'm giving love, and my clients come to me who have a similar love language. It's beautiful. So Clinny says, yes, the brotherhood totally need the healing too. More and more men waking up and need support in their spiritual healing journey. Yeah, and I had a student share with me yesterday who was doing her videos and stuff on YouTube. Again, that's what I'm sharing with you, to get your gifts out there. And she was saying that she's not doing her videos anymore, but a guy in local had watched her videos and reached out to her for her services. Hello, like, the YouTube channel, building a YouTube channel, going out there and getting featured, you're building relationships with joint vision partners. It's lit. All right, so the book for today that I recommend is The 5 Love Languages. Okay, HostGator again, renewal. I know this. All right, so what else? How you launch your day, lead your day, and leave your day. We're going to wrap up in a second. I'm a little bit rusty, so it's like I like to keep it an hour normally. How are you launching your day, leading your day, and leaving your day? Meaning your morning routine, your daily routine, and your nighttime routine. What does that look like in terms of your relationships? Soul family influence, soul tribe impact. So today, like I said, my soul daughter's on her way. My nephew has rang me. I'm there to support him. I'm like, to my sister, she lives in the States, I'm like, just get him to ring me. I'm having conversations. I'm having beautiful conversations. I'm spending time with my lead soul guide instructor. I'm spending time, like, how I launch my day, my relationship with me, how I launch my day is about my relationship with me. To be fair, it's actually, I launch my day with my Ho'oponopono meditation. Not always, I drop off, and then I do my soul work for hours, and then I do my workout, and then I go for my walk, and then I listen to my book, and then do you know what I mean? Then I do more of my soul work, and I work a lot. When I've got a project, I work a lot. It never feels like I'm working. But if I have like an invitation to go out and it's a yes. As soon as my soul daughter turns up here, I'm going. I'm like, bye, see ya. Like, family first. And I know that my soul tribe are like family first. However, I also know that my soul tribe, my soul clients say family first, and they don't always get that back. And they're not doing it to get it back, but that means that you've got to take care of you even more so. So how you launch your day, lead your day, and leave your day, does it reflect the version of you that is on your vision board? And if it doesn't, again, what can you do to put things in place, right? That's what I invite you to do. Launching, leading, and leaving your soul legacy with ease, grace, and flow. Vibrational money voucher. Yes, time. So your relationship with money, let's heal that. So again, this journal is a magical journal. We play the soul income game 2 ways. Vibrationally first, bank 50K in 50 days, every single day on the 7 Freedoms Frequency podcast. Spiritual business success with Iona at the YouTube channel. It doesn't mean that we contribute in the world. We look after our health. We manage our emotions. We look at our environment, our relationships, our spirituality, and we leave out financial freedom. There's 7 freedoms, which means that we address each area. And the money, if we look at it this way, when we contribute in the world with relationships, energy exchange, the money comes through people. If you hadn't noticed, if you haven't, we do 50 breakthrough sessions that serve. So we serve 50 people and see that money coming through as that energy exchange. That's my challenge to you, right? So if you're a student in the Soul Legacy Academy, or you come to my masterclass on the last Monday of the month at 3 p.m. UK time, it's a 4-hour training, and I'll teach you how to speak to, serve, and sign up your high-paying soul clients online, so we can do it in the visible world. If you are not serving, and you're not having conversations, and you're not enrolling, you're not thriving in your business. You've not yet moved from that poverty consciousness to that prosperity consciousness. That's all I'm saying. So I'll teach you how to do the maths, etc. So the Bank 50K in 50 days challenge is done, again, 2 ways. Vibrationally, we'll do today. Visible world, I have a 1-page framework in the book, a plan that shares with you your marketing on YouTube and other media channels, your enrollment spot, which could be a masterclass, and your 7-day YouTube challenge, and then the back end of your business, which is passive income streams, your courses. We have a 5-day course, a 12-week boot camp, and a mastermind and retreat. I share all of that with you in the Soul Legacy Academy, and parts of it in the book. So it's like, could I bank 50K in 50 days? Yes. All right, so let's do it vibrational. It's a magic journal that gives you £1,000, dollars, or euros every single day. So imagine banking 50K in 50 days. That would be £1,000 of soul client income daily. And so if you don't have the back end of your business, it's like, what would you charge? Like, what would you have? I know 2 people in my boot camp, boom, done, passive income. Like, that's it, 2 people. So like, what is in your business? Do you have that enrollment spot on people too? Like, it might feel impossible. We spend the vibrational money voucher, and we spend it on our lifestyle. So we think, again, if we contributing in the world, we're receiving financial freedom and income, and we're receiving money, because we haven't got money blocks, because we're offering 10 times the value, remember, that we ever ask anybody to invest. So if you think of contribution on this side, financial freedom on this side, the financial freedom, back it up into every single area of your life that is on your vision board. There's money exchanges in there. There's money. And so we spend this vibrational money voucher on the experiences that you want to experience on your vision board daily. And if you don't, there's rules to it. So you don't get to spend it on bills, utilities. Think of it as your bills are already paid. That's the vibration that you want to come from. Bit of delusion, but a bit of feeling into it. Don't bury your head in your sand and not deal with your business. That's not what I'm talking about. Handle your stuff. But that vibrational frequency, feeling like it's already done, you've got savings, you've got financial freedom for a year, and this is play money. What would you do with £1,000, dollars, euros every single day? And I know for a fact what Kalani will do with her money. if the Soul Legacy job, if you don't want to spend it today, all of it today, you tie 10% to a worthy cause. Write down in this journal, like physically, what you would go out there and look online, offline. What would you spend it on, right? So say if I want to do festival tickets and I didn't have the money for the festival tickets, I would spend that on the vibrational money, right? So spend it. And if you don't feel like spending all of it today, we tithe 10% to a worthy cause. I tithe to cruise bereavement. care through and Compassionate Friends, because they are charities that support bereaved parents, because I am one. So I dedicate my work to my son, Daniel Samuel Meade. By putting the tithing in, you know it's not just about you. You're receiving money to do good in the world, as I talked about at the top of this episode, right? Who we be. We want to do great things in the world and support other people. I also support Charity Water. So tithe 10%. And then if you don't want to spend it today, you can carry it over to the next day, and the next day, the next day, until Financial Freedom Sunday. If you do not spend your vibrational money that this journal is generously giving you, if you snooze, you lose. My son daughter says she's here. You snooze, you lose. So that means like you've just lost money. You've just told the universe, yeah, don't give me any. So play the game, post it in the vision board group. Let me know what you're spending your vibrational money voucher on. I'm not going to click on that because it will mess it up. All right. Bank 50K 50 days. Come to the masterclass. I've already said that. Let me just check and see what else we've done. The book, the card for today, and then I will wrap up and go about my business until my co-author chat. And hopefully you're having an amazing day. Yeah, the card and our monthly call to network. So relationships, if you want to build relationships and you want to co-create and collaborate and cross-promote, which I teach you, come to our monthly call. And again, my soul daughter's just rang. Clearly she's not she's gonna do it again. I can feel it. And hopefully you can still hear me. So apologies for the calls. I have a live. I tell everybody, because I haven't been on live for about 3 months. I had a pause, so everybody's not got the memo. Yeah, so come to the monthly call. Go to the soullegacyacademy.com. There's a hub which I share the vision board challenge. I share the MMMK challenge. I share an invite to the co-author book series, and I share the monthly networking call link that happens on the first Monday of the month at 9 p.m. UK time. I am going to share with you the card for today that I pulled from Keepers of the Light, which is Lady Nada. And I asked for today, and guess what it is? Heart Awakening. I don't know if you can see that. There's too many lights. Heart Awakening. All right. It says awaken to acceptance. Oh, I've been talking about this. Acceptance and divine love. Give and receive love in balance. Oh, I have someone to share this with today. All right. I'm going to read this out. I think it's on page... I'll be really quick. Hopefully she'll just knock on the door. 62. And then I will have you guys wrap up. I want to see what is in here because it's beautiful. All right. Here's the card. Can you see it? All right. Lady Nada is said to be another incarnation of Mary Magdalene. But even if she is, the energies are slightly different. Lady Nada is a mighty spiritual priestess of love who once existed in the land of Atlantis. She is the light force that helps us awaken our heart to the divine love we deserve. The light keeper whose essence also the light within our heart to expand, revealing a true, real, naked and vulnerable aspect of our soul. Do you love that? She brings an opportunity to experience divine love, whether through a relationship, adventure, or experience. Extended message: the cave of your heart is opening wide for you to experience divine love. That's what I was saying. Like, love can't be broken. I think I need to explain divine love is divine love. Like, there is no other love for me but divine love. Okay, hang on. Experience divine love. You have an opportunity to overcome past pain, heartbreak, and letdowns. This is a wonderful time to cherish and love yourself, and then allow yourself to be cherished and loved by others. This is beautiful. If you feel love revealing itself clearly in your heart, have the courage and move into a state of trust. You are reminded. This is beautiful. You are reminded that when true love is present, when divine love is present, there are no obstacles to overcome. It will be there. Oh, can I get an amen? Husband, yes. clear, pure, and real for you to experience. Your relationships are being brought into harmony on all levels of your life. Give and receive divine love with yourself and all those around you. I think that is a way to wrap up today's episode. Relationship Freedom Fridays. Apologies for the disruptions, but that's my family, right? And that's my life. And really sorry, not sorry. So hopefully you've enjoyed this episode. Again, it's for me, it's for you, it's for my students. It's just for me to elevate. I am so excited. I cannot wait to see you next week and see how your vibration has continued to flourish and seeing what's manifesting in terms of relationships. Tomorrow we have Spiritual Freedom Saturday, and every single day I'll come live and I'll share with you how to manifest that more life-work balance. Again, do your vision board challenge if you haven't, play your vision board if you're not, write in your journal, raise your vibration by letting go of something, letting someone in or something in. Come to the monthly networking call on the first Monday of the month. Schedule into the Bank 50K in 50 days, the masterclass, the challenge. Learn how to speak to, serve, and sign up your high-paying soul clients, because why would you not? And yeah, and I will speak to you soon. Here's to showing up, speaking out, and serving deep. Big love. Take care.